Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Weed News. I'm your host, Bruce Jenner.
I'm sorry, you guys apparently seem to like the voices, so I really tried to throw out one that I haven't practiced quite enough. The voice, the eyes, everything. I need some fish hooks that kind of like, you know, pull it back and also arch my eyebrows a little bit more. And, you know, I need what my eventual vagina is gonna look like on my neck. Anyway, let's get started. Good news for our nation's capital. The Washington marijuana legalization law goes into effect next week. Despite attempts by members of Congress to block the initiative, people will be able to smoke, grow, and rub THC oil all over their ball bag starting February 26. This law passed with over 70% of the popular vote and somehow still was in doubt. You know, because this is a democracy, right? Not a system that has been set up to be so convoluted that it makes it nearly impossible to effect actual change. But very easy for these bloated cunt politicians to line their pockets, further their careers, and get blown by a ladyboy anytime they're out of office for official business. That's what I want to see, an honest, out-of-the-office automatic response email from a politician. I'm away from my desk right now because frankly I don't want to face my workload or the people that I serve, so I'll be chin deep in a Tibetan boy shit cutter for the foreseeable future. Sent from my iPhone. Alright, now time for our next segment, what not to do while weeded. Things to not try while titted. Smoke weed and don't do this. Oh my god, this is a nightmare. Just a callback to the voice that I did earlier. Never watch the Kardashians while high on marijuana. Bruce, what a poor soul. I genuinely feel bad for him. I can't believe living with the most repulsive women in the entire world didn't make him second guess changing his sex. I know you're saying, Mike, why would you turn on that program on purpose? Well, I have a girlfriend for the time being, so with that comes concessions with the television programming. Not often, because my apartment is a fucking patriarchy just like God intended, but every once in a while I give her a little nibble of power. Listen, I understand I'm not breaking new ground here. That show is absolutely brutal. It's so transparent that none of the turmoil is real. They've all just created it. How are we allowing the Kardashians to be the writers of the biggest show in the world? Showrunners with actual talent should be picketing outside of their Calabasas home. Very upsetting that I actually retained that information of where they live. Right next to Babe and Tyga, who's fucking the 12-year-old, right? Who wouldn't? She looks a little too old for me. I just find it amazing where this all stemmed from. Granted, the father had some actual talent. He got the devil off of a murder charge, but Kim's pussy had such a lasting effect on the public that her friends and family are now rich and have a career because of it. You know what? I went back, watched the tape, did some research because I wanted to come, and I don't see how she became famous from that. First of all, Ray J's the real goddamn star of that thing. Are you kidding me? His dick was insane. It fucking dog-legged left. I've never used golf course terms to describe a penis in my entire life. I actually figured out why he didn't become famous for it, and it was because of his constant asides, as if it was some sort of Shakespearean play. He would go from fucking Kim to then all of a sudden making direct eye contact with the video and being like, I know y'all jerking off to this. And I'm like, yeah, no, I was trying to, Ray, until you made really uncomfortable eye contact with me, and now my dick is as shriveled up as Bruce's fucking... Is he taking estrogen? I never understood that, because then it could turn all blue. I don't even know, I'm making that up, but you know what? That's exactly what I have made my mind up to be. But seriously, Kim just laid there and gave uninspired blowjobs. If I wanted to see that, I would have taped myself fucking B. Arthur's corpse. So yeah, don't watch the Kardashians while high. Okay, next segment, everybody. This week's Toke or Tech. I'm reviewing the very generic 6-foot bong. A 6-foot bong is perfect for college because, let's face it, anybody outside of that setting doesn't want to be that incapacitated. Also, nobody over the age of 22 is impressed that you can clear the entire thing. What was once a point of pride is now one of the many things that people are worried about. Also, if you're trying to class up your place and become an adult Ron Burgundy style, a fucking 6-foot PVC pipe bong is not going to tie the room together. That being said, it's amazing. If you want to be cross-eyed for a few hours and not think or either think way too much, then this is the product for you. I don't even know if you can purchase this thing. Honestly, it's probably something you should make in your home because frankly, buying that in public should be an offense worthy of prison. I also just realized that my love affair with the 6-foot bong is probably the driving force behind me not getting pussy for 6 whole months. It also didn't help that Facebook was brand new, there was no etiquette, so I would just go through my college's list and I was like, oh, she's hot, friend, 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 and then I would go out to parties and kind of pretend that we had already met. Oh, you're Emily, right? Just like, what? Who is this guy? Yeah, no, you wore the pink hoodie in your profile picture and you're like this, and you went to Australia last summer and you love Jack Johnson. How was that trip? Looked like fun. And she just kind of, no. And then I started jerking off in the corner because I was high. Right, that should have been a part in Afro Man's song, right? Because I got high, I was just weirdly talking about Facebook and just tugging it in the corner. I was ahead of my time. That was a glimpse into my future as a New York City homeless person. My feet also looked like brontosaurus bottoms because I was walking quite a bit on rocks. I wanted to become one with nature. Well, this is a weird one, but thank you guys so much for watching, everybody. Remember, subscribe below over here. Follow me on Twitter at @IamMikeCannon. Also, I'm loving the tweets, all the feedback for the episodes, especially bashing producer Joe, who texted me this morning and was like, hey man, just, want to let you know I'm sorry that I won't be able to make it, as if I ever expect him to show up. Honestly, I'd be less surprised if my dad was the cameraman. Also, please subscribe to my podcast, Deep Inside the Rabbit Hole. We've been getting a lot of cool crossover feedback and viewers. You can now watch those episodes live every single time we record, which tend to be last minute, but on dailymotion.com, go to the Stand Up New York Labs page and watch what we look like while we're discussing nightmares. Well, thanks so much for watching again, everybody. Auf Wiedersehen. Adieu. Goodbye. 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 Sorry for quoting a Nazi movie when I was just talking about our Jewish producer.